Hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. I don't have my claw cam tonight because it decided to get stuck in an update. So, claw cam will be back this weekend. But I said I would hop on real quick, and I was really crazy busy today, but I wanted to hop on real quick, see if I checked around. I didn't see anything late breaking about Nancy Guthrie. Now I did see some stuff about media and whatnot getting in a fight with. There's a kind of a nasty article that was put out, or a video that was put out by Entertainment Tonight, not really making the streamers look that good, really kind of exaggerating facts, things like that. And everything that's being said that I've seen is the neighbors coming by and being really polite, saying thank you, keep this story alive, we want her found. And really and truly, what I'm seeing is all of these tents and cars and big news vans with, I think Popcorn Planet had said it earlier today, about these guys are coming with 3 news vans deep with big satellite dishes on top, and they're taking up almost the entire road. And then you have, we've been watching JLR. He's been doing like 12-hour lives, and he is one little guy. Well, I don't know how little or big he is, I can't tell, but he's one man with a tripod. And just some of the things that they were saying, and it reminded me of an article that I had read a while back. And I mean, I read this article years ago. Now, I could not find the actual article, but let me see. Where is it? It's about a term called yellow journalism. And this term came about actually in the late 1800s. And according to Google, yellow journalism is a style of late 19th century newspaper reporting that prioritized sensationalism, exaggeration, and scandal over factual accuracy to boost circulation. Characterized by lurid headlines, faked interviews, and melodrama aimed to shock readers rather than inform them, often influencing public opinion and politics. And this was something that was happening back, like I said, in the late 1800s. So, like I said, 19th century. The term originated in the 1890s during a fierce circulation war between Joseph Pulitzer's New York World and William Randolph Hearst's New York Journal. So they were going back and forth. And just to get the views, to get people buying the newspapers. And they'd stretch out these stories. They'd make up stories. They'd add to them. They'd embellish them. And the article that I had read, which I could not find, it was actually during the Spanish-American War. And this reporter had talked about sitting in a field. He was on scene, and he's sitting in a field, and he's eating lunch. And he said it was this beautiful kind of meadow that he was sitting in. Nothing was going on. He ate his lunch. He saw a couple other reporters with their sketchbooks and their, journals to write down whatever they had seen to report it, and didn't think anything of it. Well, then when he got back to his home, he ended up reading a newspaper article by one of their competition newspapers, and it talked of this great battle that went on, and the gore and the horror of it all, and how this journalist nearly got out by the skin of his teeth. And he saw the date and realized that journalist was the one that he saw sitting next to him, not far, up against a tree, eating his lunch, writing in a journal. Nothing had happened in that field that day, but he knew that wasn't going to sell a newspaper. And I'm seeing kind of some of the same things going on, and there's a big argument between everybody about whether or not it's okay for people like JLR to go out and get in the news' way and get in competition and things like that. And people like Dolly, and I think there's been multiple people out there. And I really and truly am looking, and I think it really is just about, when you see streamers on here, and I mean even Ashley Banfield and anybody that's doing independent stuff, they're getting millions of views on this story, especially. And they were all getting along until the news and all of the intel and everything stopped, until it quieted down. And you've got tents full of 10, 15, 20 people sitting there waiting to do a 5-minute spiel, to get their 5-minute spiel on the news. And they're not seeing everything that we are able to see when these streamers come on, and they're not getting to publish their article the moment that it comes out. And I really, really think that has a lot to do with it. And then you have this politician that steps in and talks about it. And that's just, I don't know. This whole story is just so messed up. And I told someone last night that she said she hadn't really been following along and wanted an update, and said she felt like she was really behind. And I thought, she's not behind. She's not behind at all, because every single day we're fed something different that makes us not trust the sheriff, not trust the family, not trust whomever. We don't know what to think. And it's sad, because it's actually making people get sick and tired of hearing about this story. And there's still somebody out there missing. But because of all of this that is being created, because they're the ones really pushing and making it a big deal, media, it's becoming not about her anymore, and it's becoming about the drama. And that's really, really sad to me. But one of the other things that I wanted to show tonight, like I said, I'm not going to be on real long. I just figured I'd come on, see if anybody had heard anything new about this, because I really didn't get to see and check anything out today. But I wanted to go over this really quick. So there was some talk about Jeffrey yesterday in chat and things like that, and so it made me kind of go through, and I just started going down a rabbit hole. So let me do this. I thought this was it just freaked me out a little bit, because I'm from Michigan, and this is something, the ties that this person has is just, so it says Epstein files reveal that he made a large financial transaction with a Bay City bank. Here, I'm going to play this.
Good evening, everybody. Now the latest on local ties to the Jeffrey Epstein files. As we mentioned on Tuesday, there are a few references to mid-Michigan. We have discovered another one. As several years ago, Epstein transferred more than $250,000 to a now closed Bay City bank. There are millions of documents and emails in the Epstein files, those files that have been released by the United States Department of Justice.
Okay, and as you know, if you're familiar, fair use, I have to stop and start this, but this, no, I know that he had gone to Interlochen, which is a music camp in Michigan. I knew he did that when he was about 13, 14, but he has several other ties to Michigan also.
As we told you on Tuesday, it appears the convicted sex offender's attorneys may have been interested in a case involving a former Midland County man, a man who got a favorable court ruling to keep him off the National Sex Offender Registry. It's possible Jeffrey Epstein's attorneys were looking at the court records in an attempt to keep their client off the registry as well.
So, like, yikes, like that's... What?
Epstein was, of course, very wealthy, and it seems a company that he founded, Financial Trust Company based in St. Thomas, the Virgin Islands, transferred more than $280,000 to PNC Bank, located at 300 Center Avenue in Bay City, Michigan. The transaction date is June 28, 2011. Why the money was transferred to the bank is not clear. Phone numbers on the document don't work, except one, which, when it's dialed, directs you to making a reservation at 4 Point Sheridan in Saginaw Township.
Okay. So did he have business dealings here? This is scary. Was he scrubbing money?
According to published reports, that branch of PNC Bank closed in 2011, the same year of that Epstein transfer. Then there is this unsigned document from November of 2012 that appears to show Epstein was planning to transfer more than $13 million in stock to the Black Family Partnership, and Epstein appointed Bay City Transfer Agency and Registrar as attorney-in-fact. We checked, and the address for that entity was the same as the old PNC Bank branch, 300 Center Avenue in Bay City. It's not clear if that company is still in operation. Bay City Bridge Partners is located in that building now. It's not clear why those documents are in the Epstein files, but they do include financial transactions which investigators were looking into regarding the now deceased sex offender.
Deceased. Yeah. So that was a little freaky, but then, so I saw that today, and I ended up looking through, and this is just wild. The things that are on, let me find this, excuse me one sec. I did not realize, I don't know if you realized it, but this guy's been being watched for quite a long time. And what I did was, I think it was Nadia had said last night that she thought that she had read that Savannah Guthrie's dad was tied into the Epstein files. So I started going down a little bit of a rabbit hole and trying to read stuff and figure out where that came from. And I didn't find ties to her dad, but I did find ties to her husband. And what it was emails directed at that company. Hi, no worries. Oh, that sounds really, really good. I made spaghetti tonight. It was boring. No, I was looking up what you had said about Savannah's dad. And yeah, it was her spouse. Yep, I found it was her spouse. And what I found was, this is just kind of interesting. Now we knew so her husband owns that Global Corp, whatever it is, that business. And we know that they helped the Clintons kind of clean up some PR stuff. And that was why they were tied into the files, was because Jeffrey's people had emailed that company several times inquiring about help. And I believe it sounded like it was around this time also of this bank deal in Bay City, Michigan. So, baked rotino, that sounds yummy. Yeah, that spaghetti is one thing that I can always get my boys to eat. But I thought it was odd, so I started, like, if you're not a conspiracy theorist, like I said, I don't want to get into any of the gross stuff because I can't really deal with that, but this was something that so here it was. This is what I found. More ties to Michigan. 1967, Epstein attended the National Music Camp at Interlochen Center for the Arts. He began to play the piano when he was 5 and was regarded as a talented musician by friends. He graduated in 1969 from Lafayette High School at age 16, having skipped 2 grades. So there's that, but let me find it. It's just all of his financial stuff, blah, blah, blah. There's somewhere in here where he has talked about that he was CIA. But he was arrested. Let me see. This is something else that I thought was just kind of funny. Epstein participated in funding rounds for the crypto ventures Coinbase and Blockstream, giving the former $3 million and the latter $500,000 in 2014. His donation to Coinbase was brokered by Brock Pierce. So I thought that was... Barack discussed with Epstein in the leaked Barack-Epstein emails about meeting Putin's ally Viktor Vekselberg on June 6th and 8th, 2014. An email was sent in April 2015 that showed that Barack had asked Epstein for his opinion on Vekselberg-backed Fifth Dimension, a startup which would later be shut down after being sanctioned in 2018 by the U.S. for alleged election interference. August 2018, Epstein said in a New York Times interview he was helping Elon Musk find a new chairman for Tesla after Musk was in trouble with the SEC over comments that he would privatize the car manufacturer. So here we have Elon Musk. I am trying to find where it said. Oh, this is going to bug me now. Now I can't find it. Let me go down, because this is too long. Yeah, I did not realize this. So, he had been being watched when he was a professor and had actually gone to jail for being inappropriate with a minor. And here on June 30th, 2008, Epstein pleaded guilty to a state charge of procuring for prostitution a girl below the age of 18. He was sentenced to 18 months in prison. See, I did not realize that. I have not really dug into him that much because he has just grossed me out so much. But anyway, when I was reading through this, like, he, like, since the mid-90s, he was being watched and being reported at the college that he was a professor at. I mean, it's just, like, wild to me. You're wild, Matthew. Quit hogging the covers then. It's cold. But no, I am just like blown away reading this stuff, and it kills me that this man was known to be disgusting for what? At least 30, 40 years, you know? Go ahead, tell everybody. Yeah, I'm just sickened to like find all this out and all the ties that he has. But somewhere in there, and I will find it tomorrow when my brain is not exhausted. But that there were several times when it was quoted that he was CIA. And these people thought that he was kind of like joking or just, being, facetious, but that he actually might have been, because there were several times when people were told to leave him alone. So I don't know if he was an informant or if he was actually like a rogue agent. I mean, this is just getting like beyond nutso. Oh, sorry, I was on the other page. The ties to Russia, yeah. And that they were all in, the election fraud and all of that, like, that's what's so sick, is that these people are all just pawns. It goes back again, the Wizard of Oz, the don't look at the guy behind the green curtain. It's all the little people and things out here that you have to, and this is just getting, it's getting beyond crazy. But yeah, I could not believe that. And, so yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. Like I said, I promise I will not get all conspiracy theory on you guys, but this is something that I found earlier that I wanted to show you, that this bugged me. So do you guys remember, there was some question because in one or two of the statements, the sheriff had said something about being there Saturday night. And I don't know if he misspoke or what. Because, he's that's kind of his thing. But, so, let me share this with you. So this is, exactly. So this is, I don't know if you can see this. My stuff is all freezing again tonight. But that's fine, because we need to see what we need to see. So you can see It says that the report filed is 1/31/2026, 7 p.m. Pima County Sheriff is urgently requesting your assistance locating Nancy Guthrie, 84, who was last seen on the evening of January 31st, 2026 at her residence near East Skyline Drive and North Campbell Avenue. If you have any information, please contact Pima County Sheriff's Department at blah, 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 88 Crime, or use the attached QR code to submit any piece of information that you feel may be helpful. Okay, so report filed. Oh, I'm sure. Well, like I said, I mean, look at that deposit, PNC Bank, and then they go out of business that year. He was going to funnel money from the Virgin Islands. We all know what Virgin Island money is, okay? I mean, come on, we all know. But yeah, so report filed. At 7 p.m. on the 31st. And there was one other one. They don't have it here. There was one other one that was like even, let's see, that was 7 p.m. And it was, I thought it was earlier in the evening. Here's the sunset. I mean, it's hard to believe that such a horrible thing could happen in such a beautiful place, But yeah, no, that's so deep. It's, like I said, I don't trust any politician. I don't trust any actors or actresses anymore. I don't trust anybody. I even side-eye my dog some days. I mean, I don't know. This is the year of finding out that we can't trust anybody. Oh, and here, this is something that I did see. This is nerdyaddict.net. I like that driveway. This is the police coming through. There was a ring camera footage of a man with a backpack and like a gray coat walking. I don't know if he was up in this driveway or if he was just walking by, but and it'd be interesting to see yeah, so it makes you wonder, do they have I don't know how the police cams work. Oh no, don't tell me there's okay. Don't tell me there's another note. I'll freak out if there's another note.
Here's what I mean. They want to know, have you seen anybody in the Tucson area that is around 5'9", 5'10", average build, may have had a backpack that looked like that or a jacket that looked like that? You see anybody like that who used to walk their dog every day and hasn't walked the dog in the last 3 weeks, or somebody who went to the bar all the time and all of a sudden disappeared?
So maybe they're kind of hiding out, scared, maybe.
Or a gym. You see where I'm going here. Just, have you seen anybody that you normally, is there somebody that you normally saw who has just gone MIA over the last 3 weeks? This is actually a really good law enforcement tool. And I am told by sources connected to the FBI that they are really encouraging that kind of tip, because that can be really, really helpful. Now it's been...
That is a good thing. I still have an issue with Harvey being so I just look at TMZ as being like a gossip, like celebrity kind of website. And yeah, yep, number 5, I think, yeah. And like I said, I think this is, it came out that he was kind of like Epstein's kind of fix-it man. So I think this is kind of funny that it's just coinky-dink that all of a sudden now he's kind of inserting himself into this. This is just my opinion. To kind of make people look the other way. We're busy looking at this. We're not looking at that.
And long enough that if somebody disappeared for 3 weeks and they match a general description, it's a tip worth checking out.
Any idea how many leads, how many tips they may have so far that's kind of based on that new track?
Yeah, I mean, they don't have anything real right now. And, the way it was kind of put to me today is they want to get the word out because they haven't been getting tips like that. So we just did that on our website late this morning.
Okay, but what about all the ransom notes? I mean, so what is it now? Was this calculated and professional? Or is this just some random dude that did this? I mean, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, right? And yeah, why not local news? Why not Fox? Why not CNN? Why not, I don't know. Why not the FBI where you could actually negotiate?
But they want to encourage people to look at it that way. It's not what you see necessarily. It's what you have, what you're not seeing anymore. And they seem keen on that kind of approach right now.
Boy. Let's see, what is this? I like this girl. She puts up some good stuff. See, they're insisting that he wasn't being paranoid, but rather something else much more interesting. If you take a screenshot of when he's on the porch and zoom in, you'll see at the end of Nancy's driveway an obscure object that has an appearance of a wheel. Is this a vehicle or a distortion of footage? He looked over his shoulder in that direction, not once, but twice. Yeah, that is weird because it's so dark out there. And that's something that let me find it. It's at the end of his stream because I just caught like the last few minutes of it today, but I don't know how far at the end.
Oh, hello.
Let me.
$6198 said this is too high profile. If Nancy isn't found, she's in Mexico one way or another. Or she's never found in the near time. It's just like crazy. The real Brianna.
Okay. Do I have
333?
Yeah, okay. Like
the real Brie.
So
333. Why did the family call a senator before the police? Mark Kelly. Sounds like a cover-up to me. Why would they call Mark Kelly? Is it because Savannah's in the media and they want to know how to spin this or how to do like PR and how they can handle this? That's a great question.
I still say that call. I still say the sheriff got
Why
a call.
did they call Mark Kelly first?
And that's why he cleared everybody. I mean, I'm not saying anybody.
The biggest question is why take her?
But the FBI said we haven't cleared anybody. So yeah, I've been having trouble with my internet today too.
Why take an 84-year-old woman?
We having a solar storm or something?
Why even kidnap anybody against their will and take them? That's pretty hardcore to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why they say targeted. She was specifically targeted. What do you get out of taking a 84-year-old woman? What? For what? Money? Because you have a grudge against Savannah.
Just said, follow the money, right?
Think this is a cool for a story because you're like, oh yeah, I got the mother of a NBC co-host. I just got her. Why is the sheriff so quiet? You don't like he's not a media guy. That's his weak sauce. Nano's weak sauce is the media.
Exactly.
Press conferences. One time he's like, we came here Saturday night.
See? He
0.4 miles from Nancy, a person was walking up a house at 3:04 a.m. Yeah, we saw that footage. Don't lawsuits already, most likely from these incidents, from these people. No one's gonna beat the sheriff and win against them.
No. This is, I believe, the beginning of his drive when he's driving to show how dark it is. Come on. Here. I'll give him a thumbs up since he already has a bajillion.
All right, so there's lights on the house, so we're gonna go away from the house. It's the house here.
While you're watching it, I'm gonna try and find that other video.
I'll take you down the street.
Okay, I found it. We can look at it right after this. I mean, and listen.
I'm going to go past this last light here, and then we're going to turn the lights off.
This is dark. Like, I have never seen a place this dark. And I've been to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, literally, where you stand outside at night, and if there's no moon, you can't see your hand in front of your face. I stayed at a hotel one time, and I had to up there and fell asleep without any lights on at like 6-7 o'clock. Woke up at like 11 o'clock. It was pitch black, and just to go to the bathroom.
Somebody walking their dog up here. I'm gonna wait till they go away.
I had to crawl on the floor and use my hands and feel my way to the bathroom. Hey, Joe. Good to see you.
Somebody's behind me.
How you been, girl? Like, the headlights don't even... Like, they don't
This is
even...
what it looks like out here.
It's like this little small circle in front of you, and that's it.
Here's a car coming by.
Come on, come on, come on.
Dude, I can't even see this road.
I'm a 4 a.m. peer.
Dude, you can't walk out here at night without a flashlight.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to know where you were going. Hi, April. Just showing how dark it is out in this neighborhood. This is just crazy. I am well. It was a crazy day, but
Dude,
yeah,
it's
no, I'm doing
insanity.
good. I hope you're well too, hon.
Dude, I'll go up to the top of the road here. I'll get past this light. These are like, I want to make sure there's nobody walking. I don't want to hit them.
No,
But,
I
man.
can't. I don't even like letting my dog out at night when our coyotes are out.
You can't see
And I have a
nothing.
fenced-in yard. It just creeps me out. Like, oh, nope. I mean, maybe if you live in that all the time, it doesn't scare you because you're used to it, but it'd be beautiful on a starry night. But you
So is
literally
that crazy or what?
can't see anything.
But even like this is crazy.
Yeah, she said they have the javelinas and it was eating. I just saw an interview today with the mom, with Nancy, and she said that they were eating her plants. She liked to watch them. She was like, I guess I like to watch them eat my
Ain't
plants.
nobody catching you on ring camera around here.
I mean, I guess, what are you gonna do? I fight with bunnies out here.
Nope.
I can't grow carrots to save my life. Because they literally dug on, like, I always thought the Bugs Bunny cartoons were like a joke. Like when he'd eat the carrots from the bottom up. Like, no, apparently that is a real bunny thing.
Insanity.
And they dig under my garden and they eat the
all right, folks. I am JLR Investigates. I'm going to sign off the night. We're almost at 12 hours. Oh, hold on. Let me make sure I keep the lights on here.
I just wanted to show that how
this is nuts.
How dark it is out there. But I do want to show this real quick because this is a new video that, well, new to me at least. This is that same property that we saw the police going and turning around in. But like when I saw it earlier, I didn't realize he's walking through their driveway. So he's like walking out from behind their home because the road is out front. It's got a reflective backpack, but I did notice it looks like they have like a long, like whatever they're wearing looks loose. Like you can see it like flopping, the material flopping, and short sleeves is what I see in that. Oh, sorry. Let's try that again. Good grief. So yeah. Okay. So yeah, he looks like he's walking from their backyard. But I see like a flowy shirt. Now there it looks like long sleeves. But when he was further up, it looked like short sleeves to me. Like right there, those are short sleeves because you can see an arm and an elbow. But in this, it looks like... So, I just don't even know what to think anymore. This is becoming like a case where we just, every day, we wake up and shake the magic 8 ball and see who gets blamed for it today, I just... Ugh. Yeah, like, that's exactly, because, like, the hi, Kelly, babe. Yeah, the bottom of the shirt is, like, flowing out when they're walking. So, okay. let me rewind that because I just thought of something. Oh, okay. See, that explains the looking. If you see, the camera is kind of like matrixing on the back of the shirt. So that might be why it looks like there's like a long sleeve in that still picture. Because, yeah, I can see. Hey, this is ring footage from, this is what, 0.2 miles away from Nancy's house. And it was someone walking down the street with a reflective backpack on. And then about 10 minutes later, the police come through. They kind of do a U-turn and come around and drive off the other way. So whether or not someone called it in and they were checking it, we don't know. Oh, exactly, Isabel. It's exactly it. You know, you just think you follow this for like an entire day. I mean, and I have found myself like glued some days, and you think, oh gosh, okay, they're near, and this is going to be done. This is going to be solved and fixed. And then you wake up the next morning, and nope. It is so crazy. And I know a lot of people think it's a waste of time. And like I said, I'm not. It's just so nuts. It changes so much. We were talking last night that you literally could walk in today and know exactly the same thing as everyone else that's been following it for the past, 3 weeks. And that's what, Harvey kept saying, like, this is really, these people are professionals and blah, blah, this, but like, I kind of feel like it's probably going to end up being random too. And I mean, that's it. It's almost like it's being drawn out for other reasons. Because maybe not. I don't know, but it seems like some of these answers are so simple just to figure out and take off the board. And that's just it. That's exactly it, is that all this other stuff, everybody's been so jerked around that people don't care. They don't care anymore. And, I was thinking about like that's, like I said, that stuff that I was reading on that stuff on Epstein and how long back this stuff goes to where people knew what a creep this guy was and how dishonest he was, and whether or not they were part of his disgusting part of his life. You can't tell me that these people didn't know. He had been accused of things even back when he was a college professor. I mean, it's just, and previously been in prison for it. And these people are letting him invest for them and do all, oh my gosh, just, and it's becoming the drama between the streamers and the mainstream media. That's becoming a focus. You've got politicians stepping up that want to get in and get their 2 seconds in the spotlight to, get their voters, thumbs up and all that. And it just, like I said, I think for everything that was gained by having celebrity status, having something like this happen to you when you have a celebrity status, there's also probably this downside that all this other junk gets stuck in. And and that's it. There's not going to be much more that goes on until there's something huge. Oh, the Andrew. Yeah. Oh, God. Andrew. Well, that's just what I wonder, if she was already gone and we're part of me also, and this is just the person that doesn't trust anybody, I wonder if they do know what happened to her and they're just to catch somebody to whatever that they're kind of dragging this out. I don't know. It's enough already, whatever it is. I mean, oh, that is a good analogy. Yeah, Groundhog's Day. Exactly. I mean, yeah, I like that. Groundhog's Day. Exactly. It's like today I just thought, ugh. Yeah, a lot of people have. And like I said, I don't want to get into all of his stuff because it sickens me. It grosses me out. I know that a lot of people are going to want to see that. And I can't do that. I looked it up because I was trying to find out the connection find out exactly what the connection was between Savannah's husband and why he was in those files. And I found that, and then I found other stuff, and I just thought, ugh. And then I found ties to here where one of the cities in my state. And well, exactly. And I happened to see something yesterday, saying like we're about to go to war with Iraq. I'm like, oh, well, that would be a good reason to keep us focusing on over here. I mean, I don't know. I kind of don't want to know what they're trying to keep us from seeing, Well, and that's it. There's no way there's just, I can't imagine how many things there are if somebody were to actually go and read through them. And people are doing it. It's not going to be me. I don't want to read all that. Yeah, I want to know what did he do. I want to know what he did. What did he do? Well, I don't even want to know what he did. I just want to know that whatever he did, the people that should be seeking vengeance, in my opinion, for those victims, do what they're supposed to do and take care of it. But the thing is that in this world, he's gone, but somebody replaced him already. Somebody's already replaced him, and we don't know who that person is yet. When he was alive, at least we knew who he was, where he was, and yeah, he owns this company, and he was connected to the Clintons, and then connected because Jeffrey's people reached out to that company later on when this was all getting ready to come down. And it was shortly after the story that I shared earlier on in the live about him transferring money to a bank in Saginaw, Michigan. It ties back to a hotel, and that it was PNC Bank, and that bank ended up going out of business right afterwards. And that they had found like a contract where he was supposed to have also send like $208 million more over there. So, and so shortly after that, and when he was starting to know that he was getting dug on again, he called their firm or their company to help kind of scrub stuff and fix stuff, because he said in these emails he had said, I don't know if it was him or his people, but that they were aware that this company had helped the Clintons through their ordeals. So take from that what you will, but it doesn't sound copacetic to me. And just ugh. But and that's the thing is, I tell everybody I love that I've gotten so many new subscribers and met so many new people, but like it's not always this interesting, like this maybe, and I might not even be interesting right now, but like there's certain stuff that no matter how many clicks and views people are getting for it, I will not talk about it. I won't go over it. And because I know that there's other things that aren't being covered because everybody's jumping on certain other things. And so I'll go over those because I like having discussions about this stuff. And all right, Nadia. But yeah, so I do not want to, because I read a little bit of that tonight and it just shocked me. So all the ties it was just kind of like, you think of that as being so far away. And then you hear about something that's not that far from where you are, far enough, but not that far, where he's had ties and possibly been there. And we already know that he attended school here at Interlochen, and it creeps me out. That was something that I found out about Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy actually was in Ann Arbor for a while when he was doing all of his political stuff. And it creeps you out a little bit when you think there's something like that going on, in your neck of the woods. But no, I don't think that this video, I don't think this is the same person. This person looks, like I said, short sleeve, and like April said, shirt tied around the waist. I don't think that they have anything. It's just a magic 8-ball thing. And then, like I said, you have these things that are all and this another theory. I think someone was already inside, told him to come through the front door. Who let him in? Oh, and whoever watches this, he was mad. See, he gave them an interview, and the other streamers that were out there kind of knew not to do it. And, but I think these guys wanted some props, and it didn't work out that way. Oh yeah. It's scary, the places that he was. Harvey Levins and Epstein files. 2 coincidence. It's strange that Levy said he wasn't going to publicize. Yes. Oh, we were just talking about that before you came in. Yes. Because numbers tanked. He doesn't want anybody talking. He was the fixer. And yeah, this is a perfect way to insert himself in something that he believed, and that has become bigger than the files. It is right now, or it was. Yeah, I honestly, and as long as, I think if they don't find her, my prediction by like this weekend, and nothing big happens, then I don't see, knowing the people that I follow the way that I do, I don't think so. They're going to go on to something else. There'll be something else. And I was sitting there thinking last night, like, what has this taken over? This took over the Tepe murders. We have 2 little kids who, and yeah, they know who did it. But this is going to be interesting to see what happens in that. If they get justice. 2 little kids were left without their parents. They were literally in a home where their parents' lives were taken. And that's just gone. There's been the school shooter situation in Ontario. That happened, was it the first week that this happened? And I saw a few things. That was it. And that's scary. That's sad. Well, and that's, yeah. Maybe he knows who's sending them. Well, and then have you noticed how he's been looking lately? His eyes and his face? He is looking haggard and sick. So I don't know if he's got some health issues going on that I'm not aware of, or if something's going on other than just you're getting some emails. I mean, it's something. That is 1,000 pounds on somebody's shoulders. That's what that looks like to me. Yeah, he's normally not like that. Like, he's normally, even his clothes are disheveled looking, and he's not normally like that. He looks like he's not getting any sleep. And yeah. And there are lots of people that are literally and staying up, watching this, reporters, streamers, all of this. And none of them look that big. I mean, literally, again, because we've been watching the footage, JLR has been live for like 12 to 16 hours a day, and he doesn't look like that. So something is going on. I also wonder, so I'm kind of surprised, because when the first letter came out and he was so excited to get it out there, it's like, I don't know, like, well, that's exactly it. And they don't normally cover this stuff. Normally there's celebrity news and, like, they might do a little bit of politics, but it's more in jest. Like, they're not reporting on serious situations. And, I think he looks like the last thing that I saw him, his t-shirt wasn't, like, normally he's got like those really nice, like, silky shirts on and stuff like that. Yeah, pop culture news more than like really serious stuff. And at first he said that they got this and they read it off. And then I said that they went and they gave it to the sheriff afterwards. Because that was the thing. 2 other news outlets got it, plus TMZ. The other 2, I believe, were local. 1 or 2. And they didn't come out with it. They gave it directly to the sheriff or the FBI. So I wonder, could he have gotten in any trouble because of that? Because he was so quick to put it out there without... Because then the next day, the story was, well, we called the sheriff's department, we called the FBI. I can't imagine that as secretive as the FBI has been about everything, that they would have told him, go ahead and read that first one off. Because that was the one that was supposedly found. Yeah, he just looks like defeated, and but that first one was the one that was attached to that. What was his name? Devin? And he went through court, did whatever, got whatever he got, and was out of there. And I don't know. That guy still bugs me for some reason. But, and just the way he looked and stuff. Like, why are all these people that are supposedly faking it too look like the guy in the photo? I mean, it's just like, what is going on, And at this point, I don't know who did it. I can't even make it there. What I did, though, is I typed out a couple of my theories. This is just for myself. But I typed out a couple of my theories and I did them on my notes on my phone so that it would have the time and date on it. And that way I could come back if this ever gets solved and figure out if I had it or not. I mean, it's well, see, well, check that out. I'll watch that after I get off of here. That's interesting, Nadia. But that's something that was talked about too. You know, with all of this stuff with the media getting so mad at this at the streamers, and from what I have heard, there's only like 4 or 5 streamers there, and about 10 or 15 news outlets. So, what's that really about too? You know, I mean, it's just become drama, and yeah. I mean, that's just it. Like, I always thought of him as making pretty solid decisions, things like that. And it's like, everything's just kind of like willy-nilly right now. And it just, I don't know. It's surprised. I'm just stumped by that whole situation. And it's going to be interesting how that comes out, you know? But no, but I was talking with somebody earlier today about this, and you know, say a lot, and trust me, there are streamers out there that I've seen that have acted like, but they were in different situations too, I guess, but they acted like absolute, well, let's just say it, douchebags. Okay, they were like nobody had any home training, you know. But I don't see that in this. I really don't. And trust and believe, I'm the first person, if I see somebody acting audacious, like, I will say something. I have a big mouth. And I just don't see that in this. And I was trying to think, what are some of the, like, have anybody from, like, say, YouTube or TikTok, like, solved cases? And there have been a couple times. Gabby Petito was one. It was someone that had a van life channel, and I can't remember their names at this moment, but they were driving through that reserve and they saw the van, and they weren't even trying. They were streaming to do a video of their own for their van life. And when they went back through that, they have the van on there. And then you have Kylie Rodney. And while there was a bunch of streamers that got in and created a bunch of drama and a bunch of junk over that, there was that Xana that literally, when we see her video, rode her boat over top of where this poor girl probably was. And then it was, and I know there's a bunch of controversy around this group, but Adventures with Purpose, it was Doug and Nick. Was it Nick? Is that his name? That found her. When the sheriff's department and all these people were going through and trying to find her and couldn't find anything, they got in the water, and 10 minutes later, she was right there. So there have been times that they have done some good. This one is about, it's just got the picture up, but let me see if I can find it. Here, what? Just a second. Okay. So, like I said, you know, pausey for, especially probably them, because they probably are watching it like they don't want anybody using their material.
Had it with the army of YouTube streamers camped out in front of Nancy Guthrie's home.
We're here at Nancy's home to try to just get some information.
True crime influencers from across the nation have descended on Tucson, streaming for hours on end.
Now, there is a person.
Oh no, this was no, I know that's what we said. That's what's gonna start happening. You're gonna have JLR and Dolly interviewing each other back and forth. So yeah. No, this was done by and I don't know if you were in here when we were watching it or not, but one of the Inside Edition reporters had come up and asked JLR if he could interview him. And he's like, no way. He's like, it's probably going to be a hit piece, isn't it? And the guy's like, well, no, it doesn't have to be. And he's like, no, said no. Well, this 857 and then this other guy, I can't remember who he is. I can't remember his name. But they both said yeah. And then it turned out that they were just doing it to like shade him. So, I mean, it was like, duh, but.
That they did spot with a backpack going through someone's gate.
Any snippet of information becomes major breaking news streamed live.
We heard the guy go in, but when he was coming out, he said, I got it.
And so, yeah, they're taking clips out of this and they did a piece on them and it was not singing their praise.
Got it. Don't know what that is.
Jimmy Williams sits in a lawn chair streaming around the clock. In this live stream, he teases shocking chaos at the Guthrie house. So what was the chaos? He got in an argument with Nancy Guthrie's neighbor over where he parked his car.
Exactly.
The only action that's been out here is when the lady called the police on me.
And that he parked like in her driveway. I mean, so I don't blame her. And if you'd been paying attention, we all know there's the one neighbor you don't mess with out there, okay? There's that one neighbor. I can't remember what her name is. We all knew her name, but I don't blame her. Like I said, I can't remember which news outlet it was, but they literally put a generator on her property. And it wasn't a streamer. It was one of the mainstream media put a generator on her property to run all their lights and all their stuff all night. So, I mean, nobody is innocent in this.
Distractions like that, standing out here in the parking lot and screaming how bad the sheriff is, how does that help this investigation?
Nobody's doing that.
Streamer Damian Enderly says his audience is hungry for coverage of the case and blames a lack of information from law enforcement.
Okay, so this guy, his channel is 857 Tucson, and yeah, I think so. Oy.
For the surge in conspiracy theories.
Right now, it's kind of spiraled in so many directions, and the sheriff has not had a press conference.
They're actually doing more harm than good right now.
Oh, here we go. So here's where politics steps in, and
Arizona State Legislator Alma Hernandez has a blunt message for the streamers.
At the end of the day, if they really truly want to be helpful, they should probably go home.
Sloppy influencers and would-be sleuths.
Chris Cuomo is also slamming the streamers and podcasters. He really went after Megyn Kelly for focusing a lot of attention on Savannah Guthrie's.
Listen, we can't even trust that he has pants on right now, okay? That's all I'm saying about Mr. Cuomo. So they do look similar, yeah. He's the local guy that he usually runs the stream, like, or the, what do you call it? Oh, where's Puffin? Puffin's got my words. Yeah. Oh, of course Cuomo's involved. He has to get mad at Megyn Kelly and Ashley Banfield because see, now they are technically to him influencers. So this is shade being thrown at them. So like I said, he probably doesn't even have pants on in that video. Creeper.
Brother-in-law, who has been cleared of any suspicion in the case.
She doesn't know a damn thing.
Kelly is hitting back.
Nobody watches his show on News Nation, and I mean nobody. And therefore, he gets upset at anybody who does well, like our show, and he gets jealous.
Yep. And he's been in a lot of trouble, and so is his, pardon my phrase, but pepperoni-nippled brother, okay? Because that nobody needed to see, Mr. Cuomo, okay? Just saying. Blech. I mean, ugh. Oh, yeah. yeah, and I don't know. I think it's just turned into every other case that, oh man, I cannot unsee that picture. There is a reason for undershirts, okay? And I'm just going to put that out there, okay? There's a reason why all of our pappies wore undershirts. Because you don't have control of that area anymore sometimes when you get older, and that's fine. But you don't need to harass the rest of us with it, okay? No, thank you. But no, I found it funny that, yeah, all of a sudden Cuomo comes in. He's mad. He's going to tell everybody. And I'm thinking, oh, here we go. So that's what this is going to. So when we said, was it Kelly Babe asked, is this going to turn cold? Yeah, I think so. Because this is the stuff that's going to happen. This is what it's going to be about. There's going to be, fights and now politics. So there's going to be, legislation and all of that, and because wasn't it was I don't remember if this is right, the Quentin Simon case. They ended up making like ordinances about videotaping in public, live streaming in public. Was it Quentin Simon's? Live streaming in public in certain areas, things like that. I wonder if it was going to be a good story or a bad story, Bird. This will be interesting. Oh, wow. Well, and that golf course, is that the golf course that's supposedly connected to that Daly guy? Is it Daly, I think? I don't even remember everybody's name. Somebody started talking about some dude named Jason today, and I'm like, oh, please, no, not another name. Like, please, not another name. I refuse to Google that name. Oy. Let's see, what else? Let me peek and see if there's anything else. Ugh. Our lovely, lovely governor, Big Gretch. She's in Italy at the Olympics instead of fixing our damn roads, which was her campaign slogan. Isn't that nice? Can't find anything else about. Oh, that was something else though I did wonder, is when we saw that picture that had the guy out front. I wonder where it didn't look like he had a backpack. I still wonder if that's from the same night, or is that from that January 11th night? Maybe they saw somebody out there before that. Oh, Popcorn Planet. He was the one that someone got mad about him with his drone. But the drone that they had was tiny. And it was his kid. He said he figured they'd run out there, just try the drone around with a big open space a couple times and go back. And one of the neighbors came out and said, don't take pictures of my home. And they were respectful of that. So they didn't put that on. But who was it? There, one of the news outlets out there, literally, and we were live watching it one night, has a drone that I thought it was a helicopter starting up the one night or flying overhead. It's huge. It's this big white drone. And so I thought it was kind of funny that here they were upset about him flying the drone, but this other giant one, although someone was in here talking about certain licenses and things like that. So maybe it was about that. I'm not sure. Yes, see, I missed all that today. It was one of those days where I was running around and then I was like doing laundry and all this stuff. And it's like, if you stop, you're not going to start up again. And I knew if I stopped, it was done. And we were only going to have, each person in this house was only going to have like 3 days worth of clothes. So I thought, I'm going to do all that stuff. I've got a bunch of like business stuff to do tomorrow. So if I do get on, it'll be later again. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just wild. Like I said, we're all, when we do find out what happens, we're all gonna be mad. I just have this feeling we're gonna be so mad. So wait, who went to the golf course today? Popcorn Planet or JLR? I know I peeked in really quick and which one is that? I think that's, let me double check. Let's see. Oh, ew. RFK, ew. I see one. I haven't watched them today, but okay. Oh, sweet. We'll go. Oh, no. Oh, God. Girl, we'd get in trouble. See, because what would happen is we would cross the border and I would see a restaurant and we'd have to go in and eat like really good, like authentic food. And I'd be drinking margaritas and then we'd forget why we were there. And that's all anybody would see is us shopping and drinking margaritas. Like, what were we here for? Oh, okay, yeah. Are you talking about, I clicked on TMZ. I saw something about RFK. What's RFK doing in this video? And the thumbnail alone traumatized me. And I do see that they said that the FBI is working with the Mexican authorities, but I haven't watched the whole video yet. But on that note, guys, it is after 1, and I know I came on late, but I have got to go. I've got a nice cold fountain Coke waiting for me, and I got to switch out some laundry and stuff. But like I said, I will be on tomorrow night, hopefully a lot earlier. So it's Friday, so it'll be a little bit easier evening, but my day is crazy. So yeah. So, all right, you guys, and I will check on, and Puffin, if you happen to see this, my phone that you sent me emails to it's now charging because yesterday it started to charge, and well, it would have been early this morning when I got off, but it started to charge. In the middle of it charging, it didn't update. Oh my God, my thumbnail does? Ew, I'll have to change it. Maybe not. Maybe that'll bring some people in. No, I'm kidding. But no, so all of my email on my Cutsy email is locked in my phone because it froze. Let me see, I gotta get my phone out. It froze in the middle of the update. It finished updating and now it's finishing charging. So it's my mom's old phone, so I can't complain too much because it was free. Let's see. I don't see how do I see my thumbnail? It's gotta be. Ew, I'll have to change that. I need to do a cute thumbnail then. Oh, we don't want that. Oh, how funny. It cuts you after dark, right? No, I can't see it on my phone. Let me see. Yeah, it's just showing me like, it's just showing me like a picture of myself. Ew, we don't want that. Ew, I'll have to make a cute thumbnail when I get off here and switch it. Okay, let's see. What is going on? I can't see myself. Yeah, no, it's just showing me, it's just showing me the picture that, but it might be because my other account is hooked to this one. Oh my God, how funny. Like I said, cutsy after dark. Meow. Yeah, I'll fix that when I get off of here. Oh, excuse me. Yuck. All right, guys. I am going to finish my night stuff, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. Peace, love, and claws, y'all. Even though my claws cam is being a jerk. But talk to you guys later. Good night.